The air around you is shifting. Even if you can't quite name why, conversations feel heavier, thoughts linger longer, and the smallest interaction seems to echo in your chest, as if the universe is speaking through every word, every pause, every silence. A wave of energy is moving toward you now, not gently, but with the force of a tide that refuses to be ignored. It isn't here to destroy you. It's here to rearrange you, to invite you into a deeper level of truth with yourself and with others. You may feel it as a strange tension, a pull between where you've been and where you know, quietly, you're meant to go. We are in the energy of November 18th, and Mercury is retrograding from fiery Sagittarius into mysterious, piercing Scorpio. This shift affects the way you speak, the way you listen, the way you understand and are understood. Messages may get delayed, words may come out crooked, and meanings can get tangled. Plans might be postponed, technology may glitch, and misunderstandings may rise up seemingly out of nowhere. Yet beneath all the confusion, there is a deeper purpose. Old conversations resurfacing, unfinished stories returning, hidden truths rising from the depths so they can finally be acknowledged. It is less about chaos and more about revelation. For you, Gemini, this is not an energy you can outrun or out. It is an invitation you are meant to walk through with open eyes. This retrograde wants to show you what has been buried under routine, distraction, or fear. It wants you to see clearly what is aligned and what is not. As you move through this message with Astro Gemini, if you feel this space is your spiritual home, remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the guidance the universe sends you at exactly the right moment. These are not just words on the screen. They are small lanterns in the dark, meant to help you navigate your own path. Spirit is drawing close, placing a protective, invisible hand on your shoulder as you step into this chapter. A spirit ally appears first. The bat. Some of you may have seen a bat in the past days or weeks, flickering through the night sky or crossing your path in some unexpected way. Maybe you simply heard the word bat in a random conversation or saw it in a movie, a logo, even in reference to a baseball bat. The form doesn't matter. The symbol does. The bat is the herald of transition, of endings that make way for beginnings, of moving in the dark and trusting senses that go beyond sight. The bat whispers to you. Pay attention. Notice the signs around you. The shift you're entering may look intimidating at first, but it's not here to punish you. It is here to help you shed what no longer belongs to the future you're recalling in. Old habits, patterns, and stories that belong to a previous version of you are ready to fall away. They once kept you safe. Now they keep you small. The transition may feel like a jump scare, like something suddenly flying out of the cave of your subconscious. But even the shock is a blessing because it brings clarity. It shows you what must change. There is a part of your life that can't stay the way it has been. You can feel it, even if you haven't put it into words yet. Perhaps it's a relationship dynamic, a way of working, a routine, or a belief about what you deserve. The bat energy says, you are braver than your comfort zone. It asks you to release what clings to you but no longer feeds you. You are stepping through a doorway between who you've been and who you're becoming. And your soul has been preparing for this for much longer than you realize. As we open this reading further, Gemini, let this be an interactive moment between you and the universe. In the comments, share your date of birth and your zodiac sign, not just Gemini, but your full cosmic identity if you know it. Itaye senti just engagement for a videoit as like adding your star signature to this energetic circle, allowing the message to weave more personally into your story. The more consciously you participate, the more clearly the guidance can echo back into your life. The tarot steps forward now to mirror the energy around you. The Two of Wands appears first, a symbol of choice, vision, and the moment between what is and what could be. This card tells you that your life is preparing to move in a new direction. There is something you're dreaming about, something you can already see with your inner eye. A different lifestyle, a new project, a fresh chapter, a relocation, a shift in how you show up in relationships, or perhaps a completely new path. You are not imagining that pool. Spirit is confirming that what you're envisioning is aligned with you now. The Knight of Wands rides in next, blazing with momentum. This energy doesn't just dream, it moves. It wants you to show up for yourself with courage, passion, and intention. The universe is reminding you that your visions need your participation. They need your hands, your choices, your willingness to step forward even when the outcome is not guaranteed. This is a time to create a plan, to hold a clear goal in your mind, and then to act from a grounded place. The Knight of Wands invites you to be bold but not reckless, inspired but not scattered, on fire but not burning yourself out. It asks, will you follow through on what your heart has already whispered to you? In the background of all of this stands the Magician. This is not random energy. This is the part of you that remembers you are not just reacting to life, you are also creating it. The Magician gathers the tools, the knowledge, the experiences, the relationships, and the resources needed to bring a vision into form. Sometimes this energy feels like a strong surge you can't ignore. Other times, it hums quietly beneath the surface, shaping circumstances in subtle ways. Either way, it is present, inviting you to step into the role of conscious co-creator rather than passive observer. As you move through this reading, let your intuition speak as loudly as my words. When you imagine the cards, when you hear the symbolism, ask yourself gently, how does this show up in my life? Your own impressions are just as sacred as any explanation. This is how you strengthen your intuitive muscles. And if you feel these messages resonating in your chest, pause for a moment and gently tap the like button. That simple action helps this energy reach more people who need to hear it, and tells the universe and Astro Gemini that these messages are landing where they were meant to. For many of you, Spirit is encouraging a practical step, reordering your daily life. The current structure around you might not fully support who you're becoming. Maybe your schedule, your environment, or your habits need a subtle recalibration or even a major redesign. This doesn't mean you have failed. It means you're growing. The cards are showing that when you tweak the way you move through your days, you open the door for different results, different experiences, and a different emotional climate. You may notice that this message doesn't apply in exactly the same way to every Gemini. Each of you carries a unique life story with different responsibilities, relationships, and challenges. That's why parts of this may hit you deeply, while other pieces feel distant. Take what truly speaks to your heart and leave the rest. You can also explore your moon, rising, and Venus placements for a more complete picture of what this Mercury retrograde is activating in you. Sometimes those other signs fill in the missing pieces of the puzzle. The repeated presence of wands in this reading, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Fire Guardian later on highlights creativity, passion, movement, and spiritual fuel. In both the Two of Wands and the Magician imagery, there is a figure standing between pillars or tools, staring out at a world they're shaping. This is about reinforcing your vision. Spirit is nudging you towards something as simple yet powerful as a vision board, or a visual reminder of what you're recalling in. It could be a digital collage on your computer or phone, or a physical board with images, words, and symbols that represent the life you're building. The point is not perfection. The point is clarity. When you see your future represented in front of you, where you want to live, how you want to love, the kind of work you want to do, the energy you want your life to hold, you start activating a subtle radar in your mind. Your reticular activating system begins to highlight opportunities, connections, and pathways that match that vision. You start noticing the right invitations, the right conversations, the right material, because your inner compass is tuned to a specific frequency. Spirit wants you to trust that the process includes both expansion and challenge. Sometimes you will be pushed outside of your comfort zone. You may face obstacles, delays, or moments where nothing seems to be moving. You may look around and think, this is not the life I wanted. How did I end up here? Those moments are not proof that you're failing. They are checkpoints where you're being asked to realign. When you become aware that a certain path no longer feels like home, that awareness is the doorway. From there, you can begin to visualize something different and steadily redirect your energy toward it. This retrograde energy might show up in a message that arrives at the perfect time, a call, an email, a conversation that suddenly shifts your direction. You might find yourself waking up at 2:22 a.m., noticing repeating numbers like 222 during the day, or hearing a notification sound at a moment when you were deep in thought. These small details are not meaningless. They are gentle taps on your shoulder, reminders that the universe is in dialogue with you. A message, an offer, an opportunity, or even a simple sentence. Someone speaks could become a turning point. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio affects the way we exchange information and the way we express ourselves with others. It heightens the emotional charge behind words, making silence just as significant as speech. During this time, you may feel more attuned to the spaces between sentences, to the tone behind someone's voice, to the feeling behind a text. Your sensory and intuitive abilities can become sharper. This can be powerful, but it can also be overwhelming if you don't stay grounded. If anxiety, restlessness, or a fight or flight response rises up, recognize it as part of your nervous system adjusting to new frequencies. This is where taking care of your body and energy becomes essential. You might notice that you've been unusually tired, even after a full night of sleep. Maybe you've been tossing and turning, waking up exhausted or feeling drained for no obvious reason. Spirit is showing that your system is recalibrating, integrating a lot beneath the surface. When this happens, it's a sign that something deep is shifting. Gentleness with yourself is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Simple practices can support this process. Mindful breathing, grounding techniques, a consistent sleep routine, time unplugged from screens, or a few minutes of quiet each morning to check in with yourself. You don't have to do everything perfectly. The point is to create a small ritual of care that helps your mind and body remember safety. Over time, these little habits carve a new path through your life. Just like water slowly carves stone, consistency turns intention into reality. You are being asked to set down some of your armor. You don't need to be in survival mode all the time. In the energy of the magician, you're not just defending yourself from life, he's shaping it. The magician stands open-handed, receptive, and creative at the same time. You are the alchemist, transforming raw experience into wisdom. turning pain into purpose, rearranging the ingredients of your life to reflect who you truly are now. Some of you have been studying manifestation, law of attraction, or spiritual teachings. Maybe you've been listening to teachers, reading books, or exploring practices that help you understand how your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs create patterns. You're not doing that by accident. Your soul is leading you toward tools that match the life you want to build. There may even be a Virgo influence around you, either in your chart or in someone close to you, bringing in a supportive, organized, practical energy that helps you ground your magic in real-world structure. Spirit is also acknowledging a choice you've recently made. Perhaps you changed jobs, moved, ended something, started something, or drew a boundary that felt risky. Part of you may still be wondering, did I do the right thing? The answer coming through this reading is yes, you did. Even if others doubted you, even if people voiced their fears or projected their own limitations onto your path. The choice you made is aligned with your growth. Sometimes confirmation shows up in the most unexpected ways, through a stranger's words, a random sign, or an inner sense of peace that arrives after the storm. There may be a full moon moment happening within you now, where things that were hidden begin rising to the surface. Truths you couldn't see clearly before become visible. You might feel the urge to protect yourself from what's being revealed, to turn away from the discomfort or delay the necessary changes. Spirit is gently encouraging you to face what comes up with honesty and compassion. You are not being asked to solve everything in a day, only to acknowledge what is real. Remember, knights prepare before they ride into battle. In your life, preparation might look like making a financial plan, updating your skills, cleaning your space, having important conversations, or taking care of your health. It might look like forgiving yourself for past decisions so you can move forward unburdened. Devotion and commitment to your path do not mean rigid perfection. They mean continuing to show up, even when things don't go exactly as you expected. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to course correct. You are allowed to say, this was right for me once, but it no longer fits who I am. Redirection is not failure. It is guidance. The dark horse and the moon energy suggest that shadows, old fears, and buried feelings might come to the surface now. Let them show you where you still feel unworthy, unsafe, or stuck in. Then allow your wiser self to gently lead those parts of you into the light. As the reading continues, the energy shifts again, and your angels and ancestors step forward more clearly. From the oracle, the fire guardian appears a powerful reminder that passion, creativity, and desire are sacred forces, not flaws to be ashamed of. This guardian stands beside you like a flame in human form, asking you to remember the parts of yourself that burn brightly, even if life has taught you to dim them. The fire guardian invites you to reconnect with what you truly want, not what you think you should want, not what others expect from you, but the desires that live in your chest. Like a quiet, steady ember, desire is not something to fear. When it's aligned with your heart, it becomes the spark that leads to expansion, growth, and deeper connection. Spirit encourages you to let the fire within you burn away old shame, guilt, or self-judgment that once made you hide your true self. For some of you, this fire is awakening in your creative life. Music, art, teaching, speaking, building, serving, or leading in a new way. For others, this energy touches your sensual and sexual self, inviting you into a new level of honesty and openness with your body and your desires. If you're in a relationship, this card can signal a renewed spiritual and intimate connection, a deeper merging of souls, through vulnerability and shared passion. If you're single, it can indicate that as you embrace your true essence, you magnetize people who meet you at that deeper level. Notice where fire appears around you in your daily life. A candle on your table, a flame in a fireplace, a bonfire, the glow of the sun, the warmth of a stove. These can be small reminders of your own inner flame. Each time you notice them, you can quietly affirm, "My passions are sacred. My desires are worthy. My light is allowed to shine." To close this reading, the angel numbers step forward as final signatures of this message. You may notice 2, 1, 12, or especially 22 appearing around you. The energy of 22 comes through strongly here as a sacred match, a frequency of alignment, synchronicity, and divine timing. This number speaks of partnerships, collaborations, and unions that are blessed, whether romantic, professional, or spiritual. It suggests that you will begin finding yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, encountering the right opportunities for your growth. This alignment is not accidental. It is born from your willingness to balance your inner world. Spirit encourages you to start planting seeds, now small actions, intentions, and commitments that support the future you're calling in. There is a fruitful union ahead with another person, with a path, with a purpose, or with a version of yourself you've been slowly growing into. If this reading speaks to you, let the universe know by sharing your voice. Comment your date of birth and your zodiac sign and tell us where in your life you feel this transition, this baton fire energy moving. Your story might be the mirror someone else needs. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Astro Gemini so these messages can keep finding you at every turning point of your journey. This channel is a space for cosmic reflections, emotional healing, and spiritual alignment, and your presence here truly matters. Take a deep breath and notice how you feel right now. Lighter, heavier, clearer, stirred. Whatever is present is perfectly okay. You are in motion, Gemini. You are not stuck, even if you can't yet see all the evidence of change. Your vision, your courage, your sensitivity, and your willingness to keep going are the very tools the magician within you needs. If this message touched your heart, remember to like this video so the energy can ripple outward to more souls who need it, and to support the work we do here at Astro Gemini. You are stepping into a timeline where your inner world and outer life are beginning to match. Trust the retrograde. Trust the signs. Trust the fire inside you. And if you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.